beautiful day in Blaney. We're just waiting at the end of the Caravan Park roadway for the bus to come.
Currently sitting at the chase. They only head up the road a couple of hundred metres before they turn hard
this
left.
Will be today where we're going to sit and watch the race.
Minty, keeping nice and busy. Who have you found for us down there, Minty?
Yeah, mate, bumped into Frosty, obviously. High fives all around. It's going to be quite nice. A bit windy out there.
Yeah, there's a couple of bumps up there for the guys. It's a bit difficult to see from here, but they are bumping around a little bit. But unfortunately, they get bumping out. Yeah, there's a bit of turbulence coming off out there on the side.
Touring car master pits, 2 inches there. To make our way into the Legends Museum.
Together, Mum. Dad.
Past winning cars. We're on the bus to Bathurst. This is the race day, final day. Very early start this morning. 7 o'clock the bus came, daylight saving. Finally made it to our spot at the chase. It's 8:30 in the morning. Feels pretty chock-a-block already.
Sets it up, plugs it in, tunes it in your home, love a cup of tea. Reboots, debugs, hooks up, backs up, and shows you how.
2 years, it's the Dunlop series was really good. The car was quite good all weekend, so that was good for me to use as a tool all weekend. Just do laps. So last year, so see how we go. Not really. I think it's a little bit less pressure because last year everyone kind of wrote me off before we even got here. So now I'm going to go do my thing, and everyone knows what I'll do. So it's I'm feeling good. It's good.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Big day ahead of it. They're across up in the sky at the moment. The V18 fighter jet. How about this? More power than the entire starting grid of V8s. There's their power to get the thrust out there at approximately 1,020 kilometres an hour. Chris Jewell, that's about what you were doing on the way up to Melbourne.
Incredible piece of kit, isn't it? And look, it's just the pageantry and the colour. And you're talking before about the mindset of these drivers. Some of them just want some quiet time. You know, they've been through so many things this week. They've been sponsor appearances. They've been going through pre-briefs, debriefs, the on-track activity. And of course, trying to get some rest at night, eating well. They now want to shut the door and just have 5 minutes to themselves to get their thoughts together. Yes, they're very professional with the sponsors and the fans and the TV, but you just do need a little bit of space of your own to get your mind absolutely into gear for this race.
And the nerves will be outstanding. Exactly what you said. When you shut the door, there's nothing more lonely and isolating than when you shut the door. And much from an interview's point of view, and team owners as well, you hand over to one person to go all this money.
Give joy for strange and let us sing. I bow to Australia fair.
From both of those drivers throughout the entire weekend thus far.
Well, there you go. That is your Fuso grid. That is the way they'll line up to start as we celebrate 50 years of racing at Mount Panorama. You can feel the excitement starting to build all around the circuit. This is where we get to see how it all starts. Where it will end, nobody knows, but we will have an answer. Cameron Van Den Dungen a little later this afternoon.
We will, and think any of us are going to pick it. I'm hoping for a genuine outsider.
Yeah, well, there will be some good odds on any of those drivers that are outside the top 10, but we think we might have the form in here after having had a look at the relative performance of each of the drivers in the days leading up to this. As I said, strongest pairing thus far on times combined, Whincup Dumbrell from Winterbottom Richards, Davison McIntyre. That is form, and the best form we can come up with based on lap speed, and of course there are many rest assured.
We know how important it is to get a great start. We've seen so many years where there have been incidents on the start line. I guess everyone would like to see a nice clean start here to get this great race underway.
It's always a shame if we see people eliminated from the running before we complete one flying lap, as we see Michael Matrese's car driven by Johnny Reid coming into the pits to take on board some fuel. They had the grid penalty, remember, and of course that car will take on board fuel just to ensure it can get potentially an advantage later on in the race. And you're right, getting these cars, and also Scott Pye doing the same thing. Not surprising, we see that every year where the cars nearer the back put on extra fuel. They rolled down from the top of the hill earlier as well, saving that vital sucrogen bioethanol fuel. And now we wait, 11 former winners in the field. We have only one pairing that's won before, 6 champions in the field. 18 development series runners, an accumulated number of wins of 361. This is Ford versus Holden. This is a history-making event. This is the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000, and we're about to race. As we wait for the lights to go, we're off on a very good start from the front row. Slowly away was Reynolds, slowly away was the car of Mark Winterbottom, and all cars clearly off the line. Into turn 1 they go, a little bit of jostling going on, and it is Team Vodafone's Paul Dumbrell that takes the lead, but look at Will Davison side by side. Ford versus Holden, the shootout contenders for yesterday. Safely, gently, boys, because a charged up Van Gisbergen is also on the tail of these two, and Coulthard moves up to 4th. Behind him, it's Tim Slade. And what a battle at the front. They need to be careful. No contact required. And Will Davison, his intentions are clear. He wants to win the race. He wants to sprint clear, and he knows that car 1 is being driven by a lesser light, if only slightly, his long-time mate Paul Dumbrell. Great to have a clean start, and so far, safely through up to the cutting as they exit that section of the circuit.
Gartanda on the move now as well. He lost a few spots. Fabian Coulthard, brilliant start as we watch Will Davison out in front, putting a bit of time on, a bit of a gap onto Paul Dumbrell. I think Paul Dumbrell just decided, you know what, I don't need to be leading this race. I'm the co-driver. If I sit in just behind him, that's a great start for us.
Yeah, you're right. And look at the crowd at the top of the mountain. Deep, 20 deep up there as a little bit of dust is kicked up in the background. Full tanks of fuel, of course. Getting these cars off the line with that 3.1 diff ratio, very difficult on this uphill start-finish line. And it was Reynolds and the car of Tander, we said, that was a little bit slow away. Well, Tander not too bad. He's actually up in 5th spot. And where are the rest of the guys in the mix there? Webb was slow. Another driver who's given up a few spots heading onto the Conrod Straight.
Great move by Van Gies then on Paul Dumbrell to move up into 2nd into Falcon Forest Elbow. So you can see that now. That was a change of the order, change position. Van Gies now up to 2nd.
Yeah, won't worry Dumbrell. He'll just keep on motoring along, doing the job that he's being paid to do. The trick is to get on rhythm as quickly as you can, and if you're quicker than the cars in front, you need to try and find a way by.
Bathurst is finished after a very close race. Unfortunately, Holden came first, but good on Reynolds, very competitive.